By 325 AD, Christianity reaches the moment in which its identity is taken over by the Roman Empire. For almost 3 centuries, Christians have no fixed New Testament. Communities across the Mediterranean use different writings. Asia Minor preserves the original apostolic message of Jesus, centered on moral transformation. Paulinist groups follow their own letters and their own theological framework. Authority is local, relational, and rooted in living teachers. No universal canon exists. This entire landscape changes when Constantine rises to power. His conversion is political before anything else. In the imperial narrative, he sees a cross in the sky and interprets it as a sign guaranteeing victory. The cross becomes a military and imperial emblem, a symbol under which he consolidates control over a fractured empire. His mother, Helena, reinforces this transition by identifying holy sites, collecting relics, and tying Christian memory to imperial geography. Christianity, once marginal, now becomes an instrument of imperial legitimacy. Internally, however, Christianity is divided. The most intense conflict concerns the nature of Christ. The debate later framed as the question of essence. Arius argues that the Son is created and not co-eternal with the Father. His opponents insist on full divinity. This is a philosophical argument. It produces rival communities and conflicting loyalties. For Constantine, this threatens political stability. A unified empire cannot function with a divided religion at its core. As a result, Constantine calls the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. For the first time, a Roman emperor presides over a theological gathering. The purpose is not dialogue, but resolution. Under imperial pressure, Arius is condemned, his supporters are exiled, and the Nicene Creed is drafted to impose a single acceptable interpretation of Christ. The concept that becomes the Trinity is elevated not as an organic expression of early Christianity, but as a political solution imposed by the state to end internal conflict. This intervention directly affects the formation of the New Testament. Before 325, dozens of writings circulate. Some communities rely on the apostolic moral message transmitted in Asia Minor. Others emphasize Paul's letters. But after Nicaea, the need for a uniform Christian identity forces the Church to fix a canon. The writings most aligned with the philosophical Paulinist worldview become central. The texts, preserving the ethical depth of the apostolic line, lose influence. Diversity becomes a threat to imperial unity. This process mirrors what happened in 280 BC, when the Septuagint reframed the Hebrew scriptures within Greek philosophical categories. The Old Testament was reshaped through Hellenistic interpretation. Now, in 325 AD, the New Testament begins to be shaped by the same force. Philosophy combined with imperial authority. Both testaments come under a single interpretive power. After Nicaea, Paul becomes the dominant theological voice. The earlier apostolic line loses centrality. The internal conflict between the apostles and the Paulinist movement from the years 35 to 63 AD disappears under the imperial definition of unity. The Church becomes an institution defined by state-approved orthodoxy. The pattern reflects Daniel 8, a power that conquers through interpretation, casts truth to the ground, replaces direct access to God with institutional systems, and succeeds by redefining meaning. In 325, Scripture is not destroyed, but filtered. Truth is not denied, but redirected. The apostolic voice is not eliminated, but overshadowed. Christianity becomes dependent on documents selected under imperial pressure. This moment marks the creation of an imperial Christianity. The cross becomes an imperial symbol. The Trinity becomes a political solution. Doctrine becomes law. Scripture becomes fixed and controlled. Imperial authority replaces apostolic authority. The philosophical power that shaped the Septuagint now shapes the New Testament as well. From 325 onward, the trajectory of Christian history is determined by this new structure. The medieval religious world takes form on the foundation laid at Nicaea. The Church becomes an arm of imperial stability. The New Testament becomes a product of imperial selection. The diversity of early Christianity is replaced by a single authorized line, and the philosophical Paulinist system becomes the official identity of the Christian world. The year 325 AD is therefore not a moment of preservation. It is the moment in which the empire rewrites the boundaries of Christianity, defines doctrine through political necessity, and reshapes the faith into a centralized, controlled, imperial system. Everything that follows, canon, orthodoxy, ecclesiastical authority, and the structure of Western religion, is built on the decisions made that year. It is the point where empire and philosophy merge to redefine Christianity for the next 1,000 years. And in the next episode, we will look at how this very system created at Nicaea opened the path for the rise of Islam.